Hey guys, Anthrage here with another episode of the Bloody Blade. This is an entry in the Deep Cuts category where we're going to take a look at farming rebels in the open world. As of today, the 20th of August, they have applied a patch, an update, which has reduced the quantity, the density of the roving rebels, which is something a lot of us, I'm sure, appreciate. It was pretty abusive actually, trying to travel across the map to do any kind of harvesting or anything like that, and getting hit up every couple feet or meters. But that's been addressed, and I can confirm, having played a bit today, that the density is much lower. Even so, these rebels can be a source of honor, bronze, trophies for turning in for quests, Fief Quests, and some unit XP. And depending on your strategy, you can in some cases do this fairly easily. So I'm going to demonstrate one such strategy. It's not the only one, but it is the one I prefer myself. So you take a ranged unit, something effective. I like to use fire archers. You position them up on a hill opposite the supply point, facing the enemy approach. Now, the map that you get in these encounters varies based on where you are when you engage the rebels, so you can control this fairly easily. So what I've done here is I've set them up to fire down on the approaching units, and I'm just going to keep them busy, do a little damage myself while they do most of the work. These encounters, you know, if you do a one skull yellow, for example, the easy, that can take less than a minute. The three skull, which I believe is what I'm doing here, is a bit longer, usually 3 to 5 minutes. You can be more or less effective depending on your approach, what class you are. You can do more damage. I'm being fairly conservative here, letting my unit do most of the work, but in this approach, you will make a certain amount of honor. You'll see at the end with the scoreboard, but I'm going to make 31 honor for this investment of time, along with, I think, 315 bronze and almost 3k unit XP. You know, there are multiple sources of honor, of course, doing matches, of course, turning in Fief Quests, but this rate of honor per time investment is not that great, but when you do it with multiple people, it starts to become a bit more effective. But it is something else to do. It's a good way to level units, and instead of doing AI matches and so on, you're actually getting something out of it. The trophies are one of the better sources of honor and XP, house XP and so on, and prestige when you turn them in for Fief Quests, and this is one way to farm those trophies. In some cases you will even get the rare and epic trophies. I believe I got some of both in this case. I don't take too many unit losses here. Ideally you would not take any. I got a bit sloppy here towards the end and took a few, but you can easily do this with practice and good execution and not lose anything, which is good. You don't pay anything to replace your unit kits, and you're getting stuff from all the different categories. Now that they've reduced the density, this is less necessary and maybe even less easy to do depending on where you're living, but it's nice to have this in your arsenal when you want to farm specific things. Again, you can to a degree control what you get as a result. So if you're looking for particular trophies to complete a quest, in some cases you need as little as 4. This is a good way to get them. So I hope this has been interesting and useful for you guys. More content coming soon. The game is still fun. I know a lot of people are looking at the next coming week and thinking that the population is going to drop. We will see, but until then, keep playing, keep fighting, and I will see you next time. Thanks as always.